Well, everybody, welcome back once again. You know it is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. Before we get started, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about something. Well, let me grab my phone to make sure that everything's working. As you know, I have 3 channels. I have this one here, JJ's PC. Oh, I want to talk to you. There. Okay. Sorry about that. Y'all know I have this channel here, JJ's PC Builds. And you also know that I have JJPB Shorts. And you know I have my other channel. It's all on my home page here on YouTube. I got the links right there for it. The channel JJPB Shorts is going to be a mixed up kind of channel kind of thing. I'm right now, what I'm doing is I'm doing reaction videos on there of anything, just to see what sticks. So, and y'all know how the publicity thing with the political views and everything, they're really sparked up and everything else right now. So what I decided to throw my hat in the ring for a little bit to see where it's going to go with this. If it's going to bring more subscribers to the channels, to the channel, that channel. Or people want to get into PCs, they have an option. They can look on my main page, if they want to get into the PC realm. But I'm going to... Hello, pseudoscientist. Good to see you. I'm going to explain this. That channel is separate from this channel. Okay? Any political views are going to be stayed upon that channel. It's not going to be up on this one. This one is just completely... It's going to be nothing but PC news and everything else. So don't fret and don't worry about it, because I'm pushing in 2 different directions. Good evening to you, my friend, pseudoscientist. So, if you guys are wondering, I'm not bringing political on this channel here. Now, I'm going to be doing reaction videos. It could be political, it could be comedy, it could be anything. I'm just saying, I'm testing out that, using that channel to see what sticks, what everybody's interested in. So this way I can get me a timeline going and see what direction I want to go. But with this channel, I'm staying the course. I'm staying in this direction. So I want to get that perfectly clear, so everybody knows what's going on. But we are at 499 subscribers. I need 1 more to make 500 subscribers. So if you're watching the channel right now, tell your friends. Come on down and subscribe to the channel and help us out. It would be much appreciated. And, I had something else on my mind too. Because this was brought to me, and they're like, Jay, do you got any ladies on the channel? I'm like, I looked, and it says I got 1%. Now, ladies, if you're watching this video, let me state something. I'm not a creepy old guy. I'm not looking to hook up with anybody. So, this is just PC building, and if you enjoy PC building, then you're more than happy to subscribe, put a like on the videos, and watch the videos yourself. When we have our Saturday event at 5 p.m. every week, you're more than happy to jump on, voice your views about PCs or whatever, whatever makes you feel better. And if you need help on something, I'm sure if you voice it in the description, well, the chat box here, I'm sure everybody in the group will help you get to your DIY experience to get you that positive motion. So don't be scared if you are a lady to come up on the channel. We don't bite here. We keep it clean, and we try to keep it down to family home kind of thing. So now that I got all that out of the out in the open and everybody understands, this is a live video. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's a live video. It doesn't get erased, and you see it as it is. Any videos that I make, you see them as it is. Okay? There's nothing cut out about it unless I hesitate and I do this, and I got a thought in my mind and I can't get it out, and and everybody's like, "Oh, come on, Jay. Just say it." I'm going to tell you as it is. Okay. This is what's going on for this week. It seems that Nvidia's Blackwell AI chips reportedly delayed by several months, culprit being a design flaw. This is the 50 series Nvidia graphics cards. So I'm going to take you to the action screen and show you what we got cooking. So don't click off just yet. We're not done. We got plenty to talk about this week. So let's go ahead and go there. There we go. And I pull up WCCF Tech. I went to their article, and shout out to them, by the way. And you all can look at WCCF Tech. Don't need a link in the description. You just go to your Google browser, type in WCCF Tech, hit enter, and it'll bring up their page. Go to their page. They got everything you need to see. Very simple, cut and dried. Okay, so let's see what flaws they have. You guys are going to kill me for this, but you know what I forgot? I forgot the big old cursor again. So let's go ahead and blow it up a little bit. Boom. Change the color. Minimize. There we go. Okay, Nvidia's Blackwell debut might be pushed into 2025 as the firm encounters major roadblock in mass production. Okay, well, that's a little bit different than, having technical issues. And this was done on today. So this is why it says updated 8/3/2024. So that's today. You guys are getting today's information. Nvidia to discontinue GeForce RTX 3060 GPUs soon as production dries out. 3060 bros, you better understand it's coming to head that it looks like they're going to discontinue the 3060s. So it's still the most popular on Steam. Yes, it is, because I've checked it out. So, and the statement from the spokesperson from Nvidia: as we've stated before, Hopper demands is very strong. Broad Blackwell sampling has started, and production is on track to ramp into H. Beyond that, we don't comment on rumors. So basically, they're not going to comment on a rumor. So, looks like Team Green, most successful product, might be faced a considerable delay causing drastic effects in supply chain. The information reports that Nvidia's Blackwell AI chips are expected to be pushed ahead by the firm for 3 months more, citing sources within the supply chain. So it looks like they're having supply chain issues that could be building the GPU itself. While media outlet hasn't quoted any specific reason, we all know it's We all know that right now manufacturers are having a hard time building the VRAM chips for the GPUs. So that's where they're having the problem at. There's a short supply of those. So because they brought it up with the 4070 and the 40, the 40 series, that those are not, they're going to be in short demand of those GPUs because of the supply chain shortage on VRAM memory. So do expect it, and this is why, and they're trying to roll it out. But what I've been hearing too, that they might decide to stop making the 6 series and the 6X series and just go to the 7. That's a rumor, so we'll see if that's really going to happen. Okay. Let's see. While media outlet hasn't quoted a specific reason we went to this point, it is said that Nvidia is facing design issues with its Blackwell AI chips and has already informed about the situation to its mainstream partners such as Meta, Microsoft, and Google. Well, this is a second problem. Now they're talking about the GPU processors. They were talking about the GPU VRAM chips. Now they're talking about the processors. It looks like that to get the supplies, most of the supplies comes from China. So they might have had a little bit of a cutoff issue from China over this fact, and this is where the supply chain is really having a hard time. So if that's the case, then, they'll probably have to seek it from other places to get the materials they need to build these processors and VRAM chips. Well, given that the above mentioned tech giants has ordered billions worth of Blackwell chips, AI chips, the delay is certainly going to have an adverse effect, not just on client relations, but also on acquiring the computing power that is said to be gained with Nvidia's next-gen AI products. So let's move on. Initially, it was reported that Team Green Blackwell's AI products would debut in the markets of Q 2024, which we've been talking about this for quite a while. It looks like that the first chip might be pushed to late 2024, which I was talking about November, around the November time. Maybe October, November, or December, right in between there. So it might be Q4 of this year. But the company is still taking orders and recently confirmed that it will start shipping Blackwell GPUs for sampling around the globe this week. Something doesn't make sense to me. If they're having supply chain shortages, why are they shipping them around? Something doesn't make sense to me about this. It could be that they're using it for their data centers and not graphics cards. Now, I'm going to step back a little bit and look at it. They might be talking about data centers and not graphics cards. But they might be talking about graphics cards too. We never know. This is going to be one of those kind of, when you go fishing, you kind of throw your pole in the water and hopefully you get a bite from a fish. But everybody's keeping their mind out there, and hopefully we get a bite to see what kind of GPUs we're going to be getting from Nvidia. And if if they're having a tough time getting chips, then you know the prices are they're gonna increase. The prices are gonna go up on these things. And make sure y'all got your drink and snacks, by the way, which I do, of course. I was told I'm not drinking enough electrolytes. So I have to drink at least 2 bottles a day. So let's see. It looks like the first chips might be pushed late 2024. We got that. Company is still taking orders, recently confirmed. Start shipping Blackwell GPU sampling this week. The company has also reportedly increased Blackwell orders at TSMC by 25%, while the 1.8 million NVL36 servers featuring several GB200 chips will account for the vast majority of sales. So, as you can see right there, so on and so forth. Let me just speed read through this really quick to see if there's anything that they say about graphics cards. No. So I don't see anything about graphics cards. So this could be up in the air, but this looks like it's the data center. Doesn't look like it's got. It could be, just data center, and let's hope it is, and let's hope it's not the graphics cards. But they're, with their data centers, they're not going to launch after they launch the data centers. That's when after they'll launch the graphics cards. So it might not be till 2025 that we see anything. Or if we're lucky, we'll see a 5080 by November of this year. So, we all know about the Ryzen 9000 series coming out, and they're not going to be out till we got about maybe 5 more days until the 9600X and 9700X come out. So we got then, till then to see what's cooking. So, hello MTBK, good to see you. Good to see you. Also, too, things are kind of looking around a little bit. As far as parts, let's see what else we can find. Oh, yeah, let's talk about this. The 5800 XT, the Ryzen 7 5800 XT. Zen 3 CPU by AMD. Everybody's talking about the 5000 series, and it's got a 65 watt eco mode, which that's pretty cool that it does. So, but, let's get down to the brass tacks of it, and let's see what we're cooking right now, Let's just get it. Okay. So looking at this, and we're looking at the Boost Max, it doesn't even hit 5 gigahertz. AMD, quit skimping 50 megahertz. That right there, look, right there. Boost Max, 4950. You're skimping 50 megahertz from 5 gigahertz on this processor. And its max wattage was only hitting 88.977 watts. Wow. Yep. It's, 5800 XT. I don't know what you all think about this, because, I'm looking at this right here. This right here. These benchmarks. And it's supposed to be coming out on the market, and I don't know. It's AM4 series. If y'all are wondering, it's an AM4 CPU that AMD's putting out. They're only going to put out a few more for the AM4 series because remember, in 2025, AM4 is supposed to be done with. And then 2027, AM5 is supposed to be done with. So keep that in mind. You got your AM4, which they're going to build a couple more processors. But it doesn't make sense why they would build a couple more processors and give you, 6 or 8 months, and then after that, they're done with that platform and they just push it off to the side. Or it could be that they're doing a quick cash grab with these processors. Which would have been nice if they would have been nice enough to send me one, if that's the case. But, AMD doesn't, I guess they don't like me. I don't know what y'all think. I don't think they like me. I really don't. It must be that guy thing. It's where a woman sees a guy and they're like, oh my God, he's so creepy kind of thing. I hope not. I hope it's not like that. But it would just be so nice for them to think about, the small content creators out here trying to make it in this world, trying to get up to where the big guys are. And, you can't get anywhere. It's like it's a never ending fight. And don't forget, September the 6th will mark my 2 years being with this channel. 2 years. So, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to keep going until the end of time. Until YouTube totally cuts everybody off, or that I'm just going to be here until then. I got 15, 20 years more of time. I don't mind. So, but anyway, let's see. They got the 5900 XT. It's got 16 core, 32 threads, 4.8 gigahertz max boost clock, 72 megs of cache, and it's got 105 watt TDP. But the 5800 XT at 8 core, 16 threads, max boost of 4.8 gigahertz. So basically, if they pushed it up that high, they went over what they were talking about. And it's got 36 megs of cache. Guys, my 5700X does the same thing. But that one is from 65 watts to 88 watts TDP. This is 105 to 123 watts TDP. So something tells me that they pushed it up a little bit higher to get that extra frequency out of it. So, but also too, remember when I went to push power on mine, it gave me the 4.8 gigahertz instead of the 4.750. It gave me the 4.8 gigahertz. So, and the 5700X is 8 core, 16 thread, the same as the 5800 XT. So and it's got the same amount of cache. So what, the TDP? I still pushed up the TDP on mine, and it didn't make much difference because I held it right here at 105 watts and still got the same amount of frequency. So it just doesn't make sense to me that the 5800 XT reminds me of my 5700X I already have. So kind of think about it that way, guys. You know, it would have been nice if they would have said 12 core, 24 threads on the 5800 XT, 12 core, 24 threads, and then they pushed this up to 72 megs of cache, which would have been nice, and then push this to like 104, the 5900 XT, and push this to 104 megs of cache, and then left it right here, 16 core, 32 threads at 105 watt to 123 watt TDP, or maybe a little bit higher. Maybe it'll go a little bit higher. You never know. So, but they said it's July 2024. So hopefully it's already out. We don't know. It works with the B350, B450, B550 motherboards. And it works with X370, X470, and X570. So, and the 5800X is $249 US dollars, and the 5900 XT is $349 US dollars. Now, if you really think about it, guys, really think about this. If you're going to pay $349, you might as well go to the 9000 series. Get yourself, when the 800 series, or get yourself a B650 or an X670 motherboard, or a B650E motherboard. You can get a B650E. You know, that's a good question. Let's look at that really quick. Let's go to Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. Let's go to Amazon and look for a B650E. So we go B650E. Okay, so get a B650E-F, Ryzen 7000, 12 plus 2 power stages, $254. You get a B650 right here for $177. Let's see if we can find something a little bit lower. DDR5, B650. 179. You have an S motherboard. I don't know. That's not bad. But it's a Dash S motherboard. It's not bad. For $150, it's not bad. How are you doing, pseudoscientist? How are you doing? How are you doing today? Let's see. Let's move ourselves. Let's kind of see what else we can find. See, the thing is this: when I go to upgrade mine, I want to make sure that I have the pathway to upgradability that's going to be the right path. So you got a B650M. I don't mind the M motherboards, but they don't carry the proper amount of heat sinks, as you can see. Let's see, they got B650. It's gaming. That's Gigabyte. Sorry, I'm not too much of a fan of Gigabyte. Like I said on my last video, if Gigabyte wants to prove me wrong, then they're going to send me something to prove me wrong. Simple as that. You know, they want to be a sponsor of this channel, then they're going to sponsor it. If they don't, then they can sit in the backwoods. So simple as that. That's a nice ASRock motherboard, Tai Chi Lite, but that's like $250. Ouch. So let's see what else we can find. I mean, well, that comes with the E motherboard, and that's a 7900X, but I'm looking without the processors. This is going to the 8000, but this is almost a $350 motherboard. B650 HDV, 153 is not bad. I don't like the heatsink apparatus on it. That's B550. This one here is like $437. Ooh, 760i, no. B650M D3HP. No, it don't have the right amount of heat sink on it. You guys get the point. I mean, I'm sure you guys get the point when it comes to that. Okay, so I have to look at it like this. Let's go back to the main page. I have to look at it like this, guys. If I'm going to upgrade my motherboard, my CPU, my RAM to that next level, then looking at all these prices right here, I might as well wait. I might as well wait until an 800 series motherboard comes out and see if they got a B850 or a X870, what kind of motherboard they're going to have that's going to be within the parameters of the price. So even if I look at it like this, if I can get one 800 series motherboard that's below $200, which is not going to happen, them 800 series motherboards are going to be pushing at least $300 or $400 minimal. So that's something to really think about. Let's see. I think waiting till 9000 series X3Ds come out with new motherboards or the new Intel CPUs come out, probably I mean, pseudoscientists, I'd think about waiting right now. But with Intel right now, I don't think it's going to be logical. Is because, one, Intel's going to have two class action lawsuits against them because of them selling faulty chips to businesses, and these businesses are coming back to bite them because they thought that they got 13th and 14th gen processors that were totally legit, that they could use for a long time, that they ain't gonna have no problems. But with these big data centers, they're not using the big data center processors. They're using the actual 13th and 14th gen processors, and they got a stack of them. So with them having to return all that and Intel making excuses, and now Intel puts out processors that have performance core only and no efficiency cores, and they're not focused. And also, too, they're going to be laying off 10,000 people, and they're just utter mess right now. So, it's kind of really hard to say, to sponsor Intel, because of all this going on. I really can't say too much about Intel until they get their mess straightened out. And a lot of reviewers are talking about this. So, I mean, I know everybody's waiting for Arrow Lake to come out, you know, but truthfully, they've made a mistake. They should have stuck to one CPU at a time. You know, one CPU batch, and then made several bins off of one CPU batch, and then, you know, kept their focus. They lost their focus. So, and also too, people with pre-built PCs, in order for them to get any kind of you know, anything fixed on their PC, they have to send the whole PC back to the place that you know, built their PCs. You know, if it's like a Hewlett Packard, a Dell, or whatever. But the problem is with that is that some people held these pre-built systems for a couple years, and some of them didn't keep the warranty up on it. They didn't get an extended warranty. And the factory is only going to hold it for 2 years on the factory warranty. So they got no warranty after 2 years. They're screwed. Now, with Intel saying if you bought a box CPU, then they'll honor it for 2 more years. If you have any problems with the box CPU, you can RMA it back to Intel and get your refund. Because they extended the warranty 2 extra years for the 13th and 14th gen. So yeah, Gamers Nexus did, pseudoscientists, I agree. Gamers Nexus did tear apart Intel on his latest videos. He did. He was like totally ripping mad. I mean, I don't blame him, you know, for the simple fact, you know, he's looking out for the consumers. And I agree with it 100%. I mean, I agree with it 100%. Intel should have had this problem taken care of way back then. This problem's been going on for 2 years. And I did my research to check up on this, and yeah, it is true. Intel screwed up the binning, and you know, they gotten sloppy. And that's what I heard. And a couple of friends told me, yeah, they got really sloppy on their production. You know, and that's the reason why that they had oxidization on their CPU bins, is because they were really sloppy. You got to remember, when they're producing these CPUs, they have to keep a very clean environment. I mean, super clean environment. You can't even have a speck of dust in there. You can't even have a speck of dust in there. You got to keep that environment so clean, because when it puts it all together, you can't have room for oxidization, nothing. It has to be sterilized clean. So, Intel reserved it, or Intel deserved it. Been hiding it for 2 years. Yeah, they do. I do agree with that pseudoscientist. Yeah, they do deserve it. You know, but also too, everybody's been running these processors for a couple years, and it's just very few came out with the fact of there was a problem with it. Very few. But all of a sudden that the motherboard manufacturers, and I'm not blaming the motherboard manufacturers, but they changed a couple settings on the motherboards to make them even faster, you know, to make the CPU run more efficient, like they were saying. It triggered something in the CPU to cause it to go haywire, and then find out that the oxidization fell into the 13th gen. Yeah. Yeah, said 20K employees getting fired. Well, then 2,000 managers need fired as well. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But you can't, you got to remember, in business, it starts from the top and trickles its way down. Okay. Now, if somebody in the top screwed up, they should have been the ones that been fired. Okay. And then you assess your damages, and then you go around and you fix the problem. I mean, that's what they should have done in the first place. They probably weren't, big honchos of Intel probably weren't notified of this problem that they were having with the 13th gen processors until recently. You don't know. Nobody knows what internal problems they were having, if they knew about it or they didn't know about it. Nobody knows. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I think Intel was playing with planned obsolescence. Yeah, they could have been. Look, PC parts you can do many of things with, but like I said many of times, the smaller those components are going to come inside of those processors, the more problems you're going to start having in the future. So after 12th gen, they should have expected this kind of problems that are happening, especially when they want to make the transistors smaller. You got millions of transistors built into a little square about like this. Or, where's that? Probably like this. But like this. This is an Intel processor. But when you're smacking a whole bunch of transistors inside this little thing here, this little chip, this little CPU die, you got your flow of power and stuff like that. It's just a lot of things, it's so complex that, I think they kind of overdid it a little bit. They made it too complex, and then they started making mistakes. So that's pretty much what happened with Intel. They started making mistakes. But guess what? They're not the only ones that were making mistakes. And at least AMD caught the mistake, because when they printed the numbers on the CPUs, they had to recall them all back because they printed the wrong numbers on the CPUs. I think they put like Ryzen 7 on the Ryzen 5s or something like that. They put Ryzen 9 on Ryzen 7s. They misprinted them, so they had to pull them all back so they can reprint them and put them back out there. So with the amount of sales and lead Intel had on AMD. Yeah, they did have a long lead, but guess what? They just lost it. Intel should have had 2 to 3 generations of CPUs lined up. They did. They're actually 5 generations ahead right now. So you got to understand, you got Raptor Lake, and that's where, the desktop CPU stopped, was after Raptor Lake. Because Meteor Lake, and then you got Arrow Lake. Oh no, you got Meteor. They jumped like three ahead, something like that. Intel did, because they didn't want to build the Meteor Lake desktops. They didn't want to Lunar Lake. They didn't want to do Lunar Lake, so they made those just for laptops. Meteor Lake, Lunar Lake for laptops, and then Arrow Lake was supposed to be for desktops and laptops. So they got a little bit they screwed up on that too. So right now they're back at square one. MTBK says there were some internal scandals and affairs over the years, which we all know. A company being so rich must play fair. Steve published the unanswered questions and announced to cut the connections. Wow. What if AMD had more than labeling issues? What if the CPUs were slow? That's another thing. There was an Italian guy that somehow Amazon sent him one of them CPUs, and he tested it, and it seems that the 7800X3D was faster than, what was it, the 9900X. And that's when AMD put out that post and said there was going to be a delay on the CPUs until the 8th and the 15th. I know that sounds like it's kind of hitting in between the things, but I thought that too. I thought that they made that accident and the guy put out the benchmarks and they're like, oh shit, we need to fix this. That's what I'm kind of thinking happened. So, hello, Nelson. Good to see you. Glad you made it live. I made sure, Nelson, when I sent you that reply to let you know it's every Saturday, 5 p.m., my friend. Just to let you know that. I did send you a rebuttal on that. So, MTBK says then no one would complain. There were cheaper, and this income reduction would cancel out the lower RMA cost. Yeah, it would. It would cancel it out if they were to rectify the issues that they're having with Arrow Lake right now, and they got them perfected just right, and they go to put them out for at least $25 more, it would rectify the cost of the RMA issues if they sold millions of them. But people are losing their trust. People are now losing their trust on Intel CPUs. Look at with the Intel GPUs. Okay, little bit of an example. They had all this time. How many years? A couple years now to rectify the situation with the driver software, and it's still not fixed. That right there should have been a tall tale. That should have been a negative Nancy right there to everybody, that if they haven't fixed the resolution with the driver software, with their Intel GPUs, what the hell do you think they're doing with their CPUs? So that's what it comes down to. So the scientist says slow CPUs take more than a couple weeks to fix. No? Yeah, they do. They take like a year and a half. And as much, they have to basically, when it comes to the 13th and 14th gen, they have to take an RMA, all that back in. They have to look at what they have on the stock hand, figure out what the problem is, strip them all back down to the PCB, and figure where the problem is and reset new chips on them, and then, put them all back together and then put them back out. They could rectify that situation by stripping down the chips off the PCB, redoing them, and putting them back onto the PCB of the CPU dies, and, put them back out there. That would have been simple and easy thing to do. Let's see. if true, someone was switching out and stealing the new CPUs in China? Um, that is a good question. A company could have switched out the dies. They could have made a copy, irregular copy of it, and then had that problem. But you got to understand something with Intel. They're in-house. This is all in-house. They produce their own chips. It would have been nice to say, yeah, if it was China, but from what I know is Intel produces their own CPUs. They do everything in-house. Why do you think Nvidia wanted Intel to start making their GPU dies for them? Because they were cheaper in the cost. But what happened is that they got sloppy and they cheaped out and they had an oxidation issue. Now they have to pick up the pieces and figure out what the problem is and fix it. So, but don't think that China has a hand in it. It could be the product that they could have bought, the seller of the materials. It could be that too. It could be anything. Mishandling of the product. It's pretty much what it sounds like. That's the reason why Intel is firing all these people, is because of the mishandling of the product that cost them. It's going to cost them millions of dollars. So yeah, this is not going to be cheap. This is not going to be a cheap fix. Because you got to estimate at least $600 to $650 maximum per chip, and all the way down to $250, $300 per chip, including shipping, that they got to make up for. And then they get them all back, and then they got to rebin them, and then after that, then they got to strip them down, find out where the problem is, fix the problem, put them all back together, and then ship them back out. They might just take a big L and bring them all back and then reproduce new ones and just say the hell with those chips. They might just get rid of them. I thought they all had TSMC in Taiwan made everyone. No. That's the thing. Nvidia does. Nvidia has TSMC. AMD does. Intel does not. Intel has over 100,000 people. They have their own manufacturing warehouse. Problem is people got sloppy. And being sloppy, and they probably found out who was, not cutting the bill. And they just took this certain group and said, you know what, you all are fired. You're costing us hundreds of millions of dollars right now because of your sloppiness, and they just fired them. So I can see where, this is coming downhill, that they're probably going to end up replacing those workers with a new set of workers. And, they're probably going to have to start from scratch and build back up the 13th and 14th gen. But there's a but to this. Now they're coming out with a new report, a skeptical report, that they're saying this is going all the way back to the 9th gen. 9th or the 10th gen. Like I said, conspiracy theory, yes. Nobody knows. I think that the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th gen are just fine. Because there's nobody really complaining about 12th gen. Not when they're doing benchmarks and everything else. I don't see where the problem is. If you go back and look at all the 12th gen benchmarks and stuff, you'll see there is no problem with 12th gen. That's just a conspiracy that people were using. So, the ring bus voltage 2. Yep, I didn't forget about that MTBK. I did not forget about the ring bus voltage. Yep. Ring bus voltage 2 high is what I heard. Yeah, it was overstepping the max load of where it was supposed to go. But also, too, it's not just that. It's the microcoding as well. They didn't set the microcode correctly to cause that ring bus to be very high and cause that problem. Both of them are playing in each other's hands. So it's not just one, it's both. So 35 watt CPUs are not affected. Nope. Any CPU that's over 65 watts is affected. Anything under such, it's not. That's what I heard. So Sandy Bridge has the ring bus first and runs like a champ. Yeah, I agree. I agree, MTBK. I mean, I have a Sandy Bridge. I have a Sandy Bridge, and I don't have a problem with that. It runs that. I mean, even though that it runs off of, I think, what, DDR3? I got a DDR3 machine with, runs fine. I think that would be this processor right here. This one is what you're talking about, the Sandy Bridge. This is a Sandy Bridge. So, just to let you know that. But yeah, I don't foresee anybody having any problem up to 12th gen. Up to the 12900 KS. Maybe the KS might be a little bit of an issue because it was produced a little bit later into. You guys can quote me if I'm wrong. The 12900 KS was, from what I heard, made in the 13th, the same. Somebody said that it was made with the same silicon that they did the 13th gen. So the KS might be an issue. Socket 1155, yes. i7 2600. i7 2600. I don't know about a 2700K. But I know my machine here is a i7 2600 Max, no K version. This here is an i5 2400. So, I got the 2400 series. So, I thought the 1150 is the 2600. Is it the 1150 is 2600 or is it the 1155? Huh. Weird. I have to backtrack all my notes just to remember all that. Oh my goodness. Wasn't sure. Base clock 3.5 gigahertz, 100 megahertz higher than i7 2600K. I got introduced later. Yeah. I have an i7 2600. No K version. I got the non-K version. I got that in another machine over here, but that's still DDR3. So, it is a DDR3. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Not DDR4. It would have been nice if they made one with DDR4. That would have been a screamer. So, 1156 was first gen, and 1155 was second and third. Yeah. Someone has a good memory. Yeah, I know it's not me. It's not me today. For some reason, it's not me. I just had so much on my mind. It's just been unbelievable. I just been trying to figure out why, if I want you guys to answer this question for me. I know this is kind of going off the rails a little bit. Why don't I get women to subscribe to this channel? Can y'all answer that? I don't know. Is it something I'm doing wrong or something? Let me know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a stalker. I don't stalk anybody. I don't get it. I mean, am I falling in the realm of the creepy old guy kind of scene? Is that what it is? I know, like I told you, I'm going off the rail a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out if it's the creepy old guy thing or what it is. Maybe it's because of this right here. I don't look like I'm 25 anymore. Maybe that's probably what it is too. That's interesting, because let's see, women don't do tech. Not really. Chatbot asked me today, "What's up? What's up next?" And I said, "Download RAM." Download RAM, woman. Oh my God. Don't worry about it for now. Damn. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't understand it. I mean, I guess, all my subscribers, 99% of my subscribers are all guys. 99% of my subscribers are all guys, and the 1% are the ladies. Which, based upon 499 subscribers, and you do the 1%, that'll tell you how much exactly women that you got on your channel. So, maybe 4 or 5, somewhere in there. I need some background lighting. Pseudoscientist, you know why I made my background black? For now, I'm just using it as a canvas. Now, if I turned it green, if I turned my whole background green, then I could have put a one of those backdrop kind of things. I still have to learn how to do that, to put a backdrop behind me. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need a better backdrop. Maybe you guys need to look at me when you guys see the videos or you see a live stream. Maybe you guys need to see like Italy or Paris or something behind me. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Most have a red or orange light in the background, but some blue. No. Well, I seen them do it. That would be interesting now, wouldn't it? To have that kind of background. Make me look like I'm sitting outside. Oh, so black won't give me a background like that? It has to be green? I thought the black was black was a neutral color that you can put any background on. I thought that's the way it works. I don't know. That might be something I have you all help me out with. to see if I can do a backdrop with this. Because that was my next thing I was thinking about, was doing a backdrop. And that's the reason why it's black behind me. So I thought black or green, you're able to do that. I mean, it's worth a shot. I don't know. You know. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. Okay. It seems Intel made the spotlight. The reason why it made the spotlight, because they're going to have a lot of lawsuits and a lot of people that are upset with them. And one of these days, they'll grow up and become a big kid now. With this AI thing that they got too greedy and they tried, and this is the problem, is that they put all this problem that they had with all these broken CPUs, they put it on the back of the bus just to do this AI thing. They're going all in on this AI thing, but which I'm hearing now, just like with the crypto mining, the AI boom might end sooner than you think. It's starting to trickle down. So I'm thinking Intel's a little bit late in the game when it comes to this. And they're going to have a hard time cleaning up this mess. One guy changes his background weekly, make clutter, make chatter, I guess, what it is. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them do that. And I thought that would be a pretty cool thing to do. You know, maybe a panoramic 360 kind of thing. Who knows? I have to look into it. I have to figure it out. Because I can do it on my phone. Okay? I can do it on my phone. But I can't do it on OBS. I'm still trying to figure out why. So. Yeah, it probably is. But it's something to think about. It's not so much me, it's so much, like with one of our loyal subscribers, Machine. He wants to get into the video thing with YouTube as well. I might have to make him a video on the fact of how to put your pieces together for your videos and make one, how you can make one big video out of little bitty pieces, like little clips and stuff like that. Just to give them a general idea how to do things. It's not hard. I mean, it only takes like a 15-minute video to show you how to take and cut and paste your videos together, your little clips together. Or if you're like me, you just record 2 hours and then you cut it down into, which you could cut it down into 12, 15 minutes. But me, when it comes to like graphics card nightmares, I don't cut it down. It goes the full 45 or 50 minutes or whatever it is. And mostly all my videos, I go to a certain length of time. And then after that, that's where I end it. And then go to the next video. So, YouTube, how to do it with SteamYard. StreamYard. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it. I mean, yeah. If it's something that, that would look really cool, yeah, I'll look into it. I mean, I want to be able to do something about my background, make it look better, more consistent and stuff like that. I really want to work on that. Oh, you're welcome, Nelson. No problem. You're welcome, my friend. No problem at all. My channel, yeah. I know it's very underrated. I know. But I'm working on it. I'm working on something better. I'm always working on something every day, something new. So you go with the punches, I guess, when it comes to YouTube. You do the best you can on the videos. You put them out there, and hopefully that one day one of them will just take off like a rabbit. That's pretty much how it goes with YouTube. With so many videos out there now these days, it's like people cling on to certain ones, and then, that's where you get your marketing and everything going and everything else. Right now, I'm just, even being in almost 2 years, I'm still to the fact where I haven't done any. I do post my videos on like Twitter X and Instagram, but Instagram doesn't seem to go anywhere, so I really just leave that alone. I just basically post on Twitter X. Every video I make, I post it on Twitter X. As far as me collaborating or talking over there, no, I really don't do that. But if somebody leaves me a message on Twitter X, yeah, I will respond to it. That's just me. That's the way I am. I'll respond to whoever. I know sometimes it might take a couple days because I'm working on other things other than just doing videos. I still got my real life I have to handle. And, it'd be different if I had, let's say, a team of people like all these big reviewers have. You got a team of people that are working for you, and, they can help you build your small little empire. I say empire, it's like kind of an empire thing. But we work on it. We do what we can. Playing 2x speed to catch up. Oh, you're playing at 2x speed to catch up? There's not really much to catch up. I mean, I was just talking about, Intel, AMD, and Nvidia. OBS, that's kind of a crapshoot because not a lot of people that are subscribed to this channel really talk about OBS. OBS Studios. Not a lot of people talk about it. So I was going to talk something about OBS, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people are interested in OBS. There's a lot of different creator tools that you can use out there in the market now these days, but all depends on if you want the best tools in the market when it comes to creator tools. You're going to have to pay for them. If you do it on the freebie side, you only can do what you can afford. So I never tell anybody, don't do something if you can't afford it. If you can afford it, that's one thing. But if you can't afford it, then save your money. But if you're going to make videos and stuff like that, there's a lot of free programs out there. Even Microsoft has Clipchamp. That's free. Yeah, but with that is you have to pay for it if you want to do 4K videos. But 1080p videos, you can do them all day and they don't care. So, yeah, I mean, what's free is free and what's not is not. Or I could do, what do you call it? Open shot video editor. It does free 4K, but that takes about an hour to make a 1080p video to go to 4K. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the length of the video. But with Clipchamp, it'll take and it'll put your whole video together less than 5 minutes. And that's why I like it so much. I have DDR3 system also. Works fine. I've never had a problem with the DDR3 system at all. Except being an FX 8300, I know I've been redeemed. Yeah. Look, if it works, then use it. If it doesn't work, then time to get a new system. I have a Dell Optiplex, the 790, that has an i5 2400 in it, has 16 gigs of DDR3, runs on Windows 10, and, it runs great. I put it on the shelf because I don't use it anymore. So you can still find DDR3 RAM out there, so it hasn't fully gone extinct. So you can still get your hands on DDR3 RAM. But there's limitations with the DDR3 systems that they limit them to 16 to 32 gigs of RAM. So basically your max limitation is 32 gigs of RAM. I haven't seen anything bigger than 32 gigs of RAM for DDR3 because, who's going to spend that kind of money to get, 32 gig sticks to put in DDR3? So that's why everybody goes to the DDR4. AMD come out with their 5800 XT and their 5900 XT, and you got the 5800 XT at $249, and then you got the 5900 XT at $349. So I'm having a feeling that AMD is going to wind down AM4 and then everything's going to move up to AM5. Because they did say 2025 was the cut-off time for AM4. AM4 is going to discontinue 2025. AM5 is going to discontinue in 2027. So that might be something everybody wants to prepare to, get ahead of the curve a little bit. And also, too, with the discontinuing of Windows 10 October 2025, there's a lot of rumors that they're going to carry it for 2 more years on Windows 10. But there's also rumors that you're going to have to pay for the critical updates for Windows 10 after October 2025. So, look at it this way. If you're gonna end up having to start paying for an operating system just to get the updates for that operating system, just move your goalpost from your old system that you have up to a newer system. And I can tell you, AM4 is not going to last much longer if they bring out AI software, because then you're going to need an AI chip that's compatible with Windows. Now they're going to do that. It's coming. So take it from me telling you today. If you're running an older system, move your goalpost upwards. Keep your older system, just as a backup or whatever you need. But with those older operating systems from Windows 7 down, they're already talking about sneak attacks that are being done by hackers that are taking out systems that are based with Windows 7 or down. They're already being, attacked because there is no critical updates for those PCs anymore. They're done. So if you had an old Windows 7 system, and you moved it up to Windows 10, okay, but you can't put on Windows 11, I suggest you just move your goalpost, get yourself a newer motherboard, wait till they launch the new AMD processors and the new motherboards, and then make your jump. Making your jump right now does not make sense. I'm just going to tell you, be honest with you, don't jump right now. Save your money, and when the new generation comes out, then make your jump. Make your decision after it comes out. And that way you get something to move towards. So, I have used OBS, works well enough for me. Yeah, it does me too, believe it or not. I live stream with it. I do my videos with it. I don't have any problem with it. The only problem I have with it is this. That, I want to start attaching background images. I kind of want to make my background look a little bit better. So, I don't want to have to get like, what do you call it? A movie projector and project images onto the walls, doing it the old way, and project an image on the wall for somebody to see something different. That would be it wouldn't be a bad idea, but, it would have to be bright enough. Just make your whole backdrop a whole movie screen. I was thinking about doing that. Take one computer, get a very, very high-powered projector, and then put my own backdrop in it and just let it project that way. But then you would look like you're getting stuff shiny on you. That projector would shine. It would make it look shiny on you and stuff like that. I just want to figure something out. That's all. Now I have a 5700G and a 3080. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I have a 5600G, that I can interswap with any one of my computers. I have a 5700X, But if my 5700X ever goes down, I have my 5600G. I can swap it out with, and I don't have nothing to worry about. Or the motherboard, I don't have to worry about that neither. So that's the good thing about AM4. You got so much variety that you can swap things out and you don't have any problems with it. But I still have the old FX system. Want to see how far it can go. Yeah, I know, I understand that. I mean, but I can tell you, if it doesn't have the special coding for Windows 11 24H2, then it's not going to make it past that. There are already people, trying to do a workaround for 24H2 to get older systems on it. But I think Microsoft's going to be blocking all that out completely, and you're not going to be able to get older systems on 24H2 for Windows 11. They might move the goalposts, as some people would say, and I have a feeling they might. So if they do, then that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be upset about. A lot of people were upset about going from Windows 7 to Windows 10. Now people are upset because they went from Windows 7 to Windows 10. And now they have to give up Windows 10 because everything's moving to Windows 11. And everybody's got plenty of time. You still got well over a year to worry about if you want to stay on Windows 10 or want to go to Windows 11. But there's not going to be much you can do after the October 2025 when, unless Microsoft moves the goalpost and says, okay, well, we'll extend it for 2 more years, and then they move the goalpost for Windows 11 up 2 more years. The only reason they would do that is because then they would have to be able to have that concentration on Windows 12. They needed more time with Windows 12 because, remember, Microsoft is at least two operating systems ahead of the current operating system. Now, just like with manufacturers for PC parts, they're at least 5 generations ahead. Yeah, what they put out, they're like 5 generations up in the sky. So, it's one hand washes another. PC part manufacturers wait for this hand right here, it's called Microsoft, to come up with the new coding to move up to the next level. And as soon as Microsoft gives the go-ahead with the new coding, then they can start finishing the products for the next gen. Every company is waiting on Microsoft. This is the crappy part about it, is because they're waiting on the software validation from Microsoft. It's just, this is what's holding us up. Just place a shroud on top of the projector to block the bleeding onto you. Yeah, I could do that. I want to try to do it with software first. I want to be able to put a background behind me with software first and see if I can do that. I think they got a program for that. I'll have to look into it. Where you connect your cam into that program, and that program connects into OBS. It's like a separate program to where, you can change the backgrounds and the images and stuff like that, and also to the vibrance of the pictures and stuff like that. I just wanted to do it that way because I didn't want to spend an extra $400 or $500 to get, a separate system. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understood what you were saying, Nelson. No problem. I understood what you were saying. I was just thinking up ideas and throwing it at you guys to see what you guys would think that, what would be the best trick for me to do. I know you guys don't like to see the background here all black and everything else. That's the reason why I painted the walls black, was because they had some nasty color, peach color on there. If you go back through my older videos, you'll see that nasty peach color that I had to change to black. So, But anywho, how's everybody doing out there today? I know you guys are hearing a lot going on with me, but I want to hear what's going on with you. What are you guys doing today? How's your day been going? let me know what's going on. I'm watching the chat right here. You guys ain't saying much. So what's going on? How's your day going? Did you guys get anything accomplished today, or what's the story? What's the bag? Black doesn't look bad at all. Usually I just listen as I do chores. Cool. It must be easy. Most YouTube videos I found were 1 to 2 minutes long. We're only 1 to 2 minutes long. Well, pseudoscientists, look, I don't like doing videos 1 to 2 minutes long. It doesn't tell a story. I like the video to go longer than that so it tells a story. Okay. Especially with people trying to learn something about PCs. You're not going to learn anything in 1 to 2 minutes. So I don't care how good you are. You can play that 1 to 2 minutes until you're blue in the face. You're not going to learn anything out of 1 to 2 minutes. So any day getting up is a good day. Hey, I agree with you, Nelson. I get up at 6 a.m. I go to bed at 12 a.m. every day. 7 days a week. So, yeah, I agree with you. Jay wants the ladies, so needs a mansion. No, this ain't the Playboy Mansion, my friend. This is not the Playboy Mansion. It ain't happening. I ain't going there with that noise. Trust me. No. I'm a little too old for the Playboy Mansion. I prefer longer videos, so I do have to find another swipe. Yeah. I don't like making short videos. I really don't, because people don't get the feel of what you're trying to say. They really don't. Especially when you're building a PC, you're trying to explain to everybody how you're doing it. But guess what? You give them little 10-second little intermissions. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing this. But it doesn't tell them how to do it. That's the thing. It doesn't tell them how to do it. I like to do the long explanation kind of thing, to where I show you how it's done. This way you see what's going on. And you don't have to run to somebody else's video to find out if this is the way you do it. That's the reason why I do long videos. So, let's see. How to use StreamYard and virtual backgrounds. Not making short videos. Gotcha. I'll check it out there, pseudoscientists. I really will. After I get done with this, live stream here, then I'll take a look into it. Do not have to find UGG. What's the UGG for, Nelson? What's that UGG for? Don't be frustrated. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, you misunderstood me. No, I didn't misunderstand you. Stupid gorilla fingers. Nelson, don't worry about it. It's all good. Look, guys, listen to me very carefully. It's all good. I did understand every word you guys were saying. I didn't mistake anything. Okay? It's no big deal. I understood every word. This is not my first rodeo. If you misspell things, I understand it. I had to do this for many of years when I was working in restaurants. Imagine this. If you got to work with the waitress and she writes down her whole meal menu by hand, and you got to decipher it, then that's a little bit more difficult than if you mix match words in the chat. It's a total different ball game. I've been down this rodeo, and it's understandable. Nelson, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If you mistype, hey, look, we all know Taiwanese. Okay, that's what they call it, Taiwanese. Okay, we all have been down this road for Taiwanese. So, don't worry about it. It's all good. You might also have to change the angle of your other screen so you can read it. Might have to move your camera a little also. You know, pseudoscientists, I have been thinking about moving my camera. I'm going to look into a mount that I can put on my wall that I can pull my camera in. You know, I can pull the camera like that from here over to here and have you guys directly in forward of me, because I can lift up my screen. Believe this, I can take this screen here, I can lift it up. So I can put that camera right there, directly straight forward. I got to look for the right kind of mount. I still haven't found the right kind of mount that I want for the camera. Also, one little problem with this camera. The cord's no longer than this. That's the problem. And if I go to put an extension on there, the camera doesn't work. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a problem with the cords I use. I'm going to have to look into it. Your opinion's valid, my friend. Your opinion's valid. I take all you guys' opinions under consideration, and I hear every one of yours. So I do take it into consideration. Hey, I do. And I know this angle right here is not the me kind of angle. I want to definitely move it to where, it's right here like this, and I can see you guys like this over here. So you guys don't have to look at my screens right here all the time. This screen right here, this screen right here. You guys don't have to look at them all the time. So this way you get it right. That's a good idea. Why don't I put a TV that has Wi-Fi behind me, connect it into my PC, and put a screensaver behind it. Then problem solved. A 55-inch TV on the wall. Problem solved. I can speak, type, and have dyslexia. Sometimes I don't understand what I type. Oh, that must be like me, man. That must be like me. And you can ask MTBK. He'll tell you. He'll be like, because I do everything off, when I'm on Discord, I talk and text onto Discord because the buttons are so small I can't see them. These things right here don't cut it now these days. So, yeah. I have to talk and text when I'm doing things on Discord. I'd rather voice chat than anything, than have to type. I'd rather voice chat. It makes it so much simpler, than having to trip out on the keyboard and stuff like that. Yeah, I do agree with you. But yeah, you have, pseudoscientist, you had a really good idea about that, and I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to see if I can find a mount that will work with putting the camera forward. Only little thing about that is then the camera's going to be in front of the TV, in front of these screens, right in the middle. Or I could lift up the screen to where the camera is not in between, and I can push the camera back down and get it all focused in. I can do that too, so I can get it out of the way. Not a problem. The TV would have had to be huge, not referring to you or anything. It's okay, Nelson. It's all good. Background needs to be corner to corner. Otherwise, you have portrait behind you. Yeah, but also, too, to keep the light not shining on me, Nelson, is that I could put the projector right here above where the screens are, my monitors. I can put it right above here, having it shine back on the wall that's behind me, and take up the whole wall. I could do that too. Can make it one big screen, and then I wouldn't have to mess with any program. Just a thought. I'm just watching y'all, just do your thing. Outside of software, projector would be best and cheapest. Nelson, I do agree with that somewhat. I think I can find a projector that would be strong enough. That would probably be strong enough to shine onto a black wall. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I could do a test and do get a projector that my friend has and go that route too. But I found a 55-inch TV, guys. 55-inch at Walmart. You ain't gonna believe this. $200. 4K. 55-inch TV, 4K, $200. I almost lost myself. So then that means I would have to go buy 2 of them. Or 4. If I had $1,000, I would go buy 4 of those and just cover the walls. Then I wouldn't have to worry about a projector. Then it'll be solid as all can be. Then I kind of look like Gamers Nexus having all those TVs in the background, don't you think? I was thinking about that too. Since I got black walls. Do like Gamers Nexus did. I thought that was pretty cool. Then you guys got all these TVs in the background with different flotations and, different screensavers coming up on them and everything else, I'm no wizard, but I will think of something, trust me. Especially when, I wish they would do the 100-inch TVs for $200. Then I would just need 4 of them and call it a day. Well, actually, no. Do 4 55-inch TVs and call it a day. So, just a thought. I was thinking about doing 4 55-inch 4K TVs. This way, I can have you guys right in front of here, like over here like this, turn my chair around, and then, hit the games, and you guys looking over my shoulder. So I was even thinking about that too. Virtual backgrounds are cheap and easy to change. Yeah, I do agree with that. As you guys are watching, right here, you can see my screen changing all the time. That's the way I got mine set up, to where it changes. I got like maybe 50 photos in one folder, and it just constantly goes through and changes. So, yeah. Never have to clean your room. Well, yeah, if you got some, a virtual background, what do you got to lose? And nobody can see your mess. But I do got a mess, but I try to keep it maintainable mess. I recommend a projector because you can find them cheaper than 4 55-inch TVs for $800, but floating head is awesome. Yeah, I can do that too. Change. I mean, if I were to think about it, then I can have it right here, the projector above my head going this way, right above my head going this way. And you guys are only going to see, with your visualization, the same that the projector is going to be putting off anyway. So, yeah, you'll see whatever's behind me. So, but then I would have to turn the wall white in order for that to work. I would have to turn it white, or what I could do is build like a picture frame around a screen, put it on the wall, and then go from there too. I can make it simple as that. Use a slide. I use a slideshow in my pics also. Oh, so I should do that and put naked pictures on it, right? No. Don't get excited. Don't naked pictures. I know ladies are thinking, oh my God, I just subscribed to his channel. He's talking about naked pictures. No, I'm not doing that. No. Gamers Nexus, the Tech Hall, Wade Monitor, YouTube. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. Jay would be better like Emperor with red background lighting. Oh, don't get it wrong, guys. I do have a set of LEDs. That can change the colors and everything else on a remote. I just haven't put it up yet because I wanted to figure out what I was going to do here. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do here. And also, too, I have to get a secondary camera that I have to put behind me because over here I want to put a table and I want to start doing my builds. I want to be able to turn around and start doing, have a table there and start doing my builds there, and have a camera shining this way and having a camera shining this way, 2 cameras coming this way, maybe 1 camera coming down this way, 3 cams, or maybe 4, who knows? We'll work on it. So, you just have to hang a blanket, I think. I'm watching some of those StreamYard videos after. Okay. Um, Keep the show family friendly. Yeah, Nelson, I will. Don't worry about it. I was only throwing a little joke in there, nothing big. So just something funny, nothing big. And I do apologize. I do apologize if you got family members watching. But all in all, I do have plans to do what I want to do for the future of this space. Okay. And make it a little bit better. But in the future, it looks like if everything goes just right. And guys, let me pull out a little bit of a hat trick really quick. Okay. Let me pull out a hat trick. We are at 499 subscribers. We are at 499 subscribers. We need 500. We need 500 subscribers. This will be the first stage. Second stage is we need 1,000 total. So after the first 500, we're going to need another 500. And that way, full monetization. So if you got friends, family, or whatever, please tell them to subscribe to the channel, please. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. We're getting there. Awesome, Nelson. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I really appreciate that. Pseudoscientist says, someone charge up your alt account. I know. I'm like I said, my other account, my other two accounts, I'm working on them slowly. I haven't decided what I really want to do with the shorts channel, the JJPB short channel. I'm not too sure what I really want to do. I'm just throwing videos on it and seeing what sticks. That's how that's going to roll. I'm just throwing whatever I can on it to see what sticks. This channel here stays just as it is, a PC building channel. Or information or whatever kind of channel. That's just the way it is. Now you definitely need to keep your shirt on. Nice. I'm gonna look. I'm forcing myself. I have to look. Oh, thank you. Yay, I made it to the first 500. And y'all are here with me to see the first 500. Yay, we made it to the first 500. Thank you. We're now on the right track. Now we need to get to 1,000. 1,000. That's what we need to work towards. That's our next goal. 1,000 subscribers. Yay. We're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah. And guys, I do thank you all for helping me out here, helping support the channel and everything else. I want to ask you guys something. What do you think about me doing a Patreon channel? I want to ask you that. What do you guys think about me doing a Patreon channel, or should I wait? I still feel that if I don't have 20,000 subscribers, I should wait. I really do. She's listening now. I seen what you wrote there, Nelson. Don't worry. I keep it clean on this channel. Okay, straight up, because I don't allow all that horse manure. I might say crap, but that's not a swear word. So I'll keep it as clean as I can. Simple as that. But my shorts channel, I'm doing reaction videos on it right now. So it's all over the internet. Nobody can stop what they do all over the internet. So pretty much it is what it is. So, but yeah, guys, thank you for the 500 total subscribers, and we do appreciate it. You know that for sure. I'm gonna fall apart. I'm gonna fall to pieces now. You know how long I've been waiting to hit at least 500 subscribers? You know how long I've been waiting for this? I thought I was going to hit 500 subscribers after the first 30 days of my first year. And then I went 60 days thinking I was going to do it, 90 days. And I went a whole 12 months thinking I was going to hit 500 subscribers. And then the clock rolled over to the next year. And then I went January. I was still waiting. February, March, April, May, June, July. And now it's August. And it's before the second anniversary. September 6th is the second year anniversary of this channel. At least we made it before then. Yay. So that's a positive. Don't worry, famous last words. Uh-oh. Yeah. My daughter is in high school. She's heard worse. I know, but like I said, you know, I try to keep it as cool as I can. And, you know, if I get really upset or anything else, I'll just hit the pause button during nobody hears it. And I'll go over there and I'll swear like a sailor, and then I'll come back and I'll be all better now. So, yeah. I do understand that. Yeah. Hello, GG. Hello, GG. Good to see you. I was the 500th subscriber. Doing great, Jay. Thank you, GG. You made it the 500. We do appreciate it 100%. 100%. We appreciate it. Now we need to make another 500. That way we got 1,000 subscribers. And then when you got 1,000 subscribers, then you never know. We could get bigger than Linus Tech Tips. Shh. That's what I'm hoping for, to get just as big or even bigger than Linus Tech Tips. So, you know, he does have a cool channel too. So does Gamers Nexus. So does Jay's 2 Cents. So does, you know, Hardware Unboxed. You know, and a lot of these channels, you know, they all got some great content. I know mine's not the best content in the world, but, you know, I try to do my best. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody's got to behave to herself, because daughter's on the hunt. She's watching Dad. Better you than me. So, yeah, she's watching you. So, yeah. She's watching. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Much fun today, people. Much fun today. This right here, this is like Energy Central. Y'all wondered the size of my hands. Look. This is the size of my hand. That's the size of my hand. Shows you I'm no skinny guy, just an old guy. Oh my God. You know, I was hoping one day that this channel we would get like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people on for the live stream. And you know how busy the chat box would be right now? That would be something now, wouldn't it? Think about it. That would be like you're watching it go like this. You're watching it go up, you're watching everybody chat, bing, 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 bing. And I'll be like, how am I supposed to keep up with that, guys? I mean, there's no way I'm gonna be able to keep up with that. That's gonna be nuts. I'm sitting there thinking that's gonna be crazy when that happens. And then I'm gonna have to put in, moderators. I might have to get moderators. Then it's just gonna build. It's gonna build big. So once I get everything all straightened around, then I'll start doing moderators and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just building it and trying to get it to where it needs to be. Good problem to have, yeah. Hey, as long as you got your daughter watching you, that's good to have. I'm going to tell you that right there. You got to behave yourself now. I'm sorry, that's just funny. I know if I have my kids on here too, they would be watching me too. I know, I understand that. I mean, look, you're not the only dad in the house. There's another dad. I'm a dad too, so I understand where you're going with this. Let's see. Catching up with the chat. Yep. I do understand, man. I do understand. Jay, I'll mod with your other channels. This one won't have many issues. Pseudoscientist, I got a question for you. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Inquiring minds want to know. GG asked me, how are you not famous? You're hilarious, Jay. Well, I don't know. Really, I don't. It's like, you got your dad over there and everybody else just keeping me in like a small little box about, yay big, and they like stuff me back in there. And it's like, they let me out on Saturdays, at 5 p.m., I mean, I'm able to make a couple videos a week, as long as I can sneak out of the box long enough. And, I don't know. I mean, you got me, Gigi. You got me. I have no idea what they've been doing. I had to throw that out there. Your other channel will cover topics like politics. Yeah, pseudoscientists. Yeah, you're right. This one will not. This one, I'm keeping it strictly for personal computers, PCs to be short. I got one channel I haven't had much time because I've been dealing with doctors. I've been dealing with things on the real side here. I want to start being able to do live gaming and sending it over to that channel there. But there's another problem. I don't have enough subscribers over there to do live gaming on that channel. And if y'all are wondering what channel that is, let's find it. Let's just go ahead and find it and put it up there so you guys can see it, so you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going crazy. Where the hell did I put it? You know what? I'm a goof. I goofed up. If I were to do it the other way, I would have found it a little bit better. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so we'll put it on the action screen. There we go. This is the gaming channel. If you go on to the main site, you'll see that I have JJPB Shorts. You know, you'll see that I have JJPB Shorts right here. And I have my original channels. They're all featured on all 3 channels. So you can flip in between any one of them. And we got videos already up on this one I'm working on. And we'll go to the Shorts channel. You know, I got videos on here too. So, you know. My goofy channel, really, you know, kind of thing, you know. But you guys get the idea. So, there we go. Let's see, reading back. Let's see. Oh no, I'll try to get you another 100 soon. all I need to do is get to 1,000 on this one. That's all I need to do. I mean, it's not hard. It's for free. Anybody can sign up. Anybody can say, hey, I want to subscribe today. It's free. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, are my videos that bad? You know, people don't want to subscribe to my channels? I mean, come on. Really? They can't be that bad. My videos can't be that bad. I've seen worse. On YouTube, I have seen way worse videos than mine. So I don't get it. Because I look creepy or something? I don't know. That's all I've been hearing. Oh, you just a creepy old guy. You know, you don't need any subscribers. Okay, it's not like I don't put out. In the beginning, I was putting out a video every day for 7 days. And then I hear from somebody and they tell me I got to put out 5 videos a day for 7 days a week. So I'm supposed to put out 35 videos a week. You know, I'm going to be dead before then. I don't see how I can put 35 40-minute videos and edit them at the same time. It's not happening. So I'll tell all my buddies about you, Jay. Thank you, GG. Thank you. I do appreciate it. How many to go live? Pseudoscientists, I think it's over 50. You need 50 subscribers or greater to go live. But if you do it by your mobile phone, it won't record. You won't be able to play back the videos because it's on something. You got to be fully monetized in order for it to save the videos for your live videos. If you do a live video without not being monetized, then it won't save the video. But if you do it by PC, what happens is that it saves the videos. If you do it by PC, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's just something that's just. Oh, thank you for all the little, you know, that's the first time I ever seen anybody use it. The little heart thing down there. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. Just subscribe to Circuit Crafters. Thank you. Thank you, Nelson. I appreciate it. And the shorts. Most appreciate it. I think I'm subbed to all 3. Pseudoscientist says, cool, man. I used to follow a kid who ran his channel to boost subs for him and anyone who came in. Well, it's not that I'm using the other channels to boost subs. It's not that at all. Look, you guys are not seeing the full amount of videos that I actually have. not being monetized. You guys are only seeing 1 year's worth the videos. See, that's the thing. If I'm not fully, under full monetization, you guys are only seeing 3/4 of the videos that I've done already made. I got more than over 600 videos. I think I'm like in the 800s or the 900s. So you guys aren't seeing all the videos. You're only seeing 1 year. And this is something I had to understand when I was, when I looked back about 6 months ago. And I'm thinking to myself, well, hell, YouTube is not putting out, you guys can't see all my videos. And somebody told me, well, you need to be fully monetized for that to happen. So, everyone would sub everyone else. Yeah. Look, I've always said like this. If people want me to sub, to be one of their subs, I can be one of the subs on their channels. I don't have no problem with that. Okay? I don't have no problem with it whatsoever. Somebody asked me and say, hey, Jay, you going to sub my channel? Sure, I'll go sub your channel. All you got to do is ask. And that's the reason why I ask everybody to sub on my channels is because I ask. If I didn't ask, then nobody would sub on the channel. That's the problem I got right now. It's the reason why I don't have 1,000 subs is because I guess I don't ask the right question of why everybody hasn't subbed to my channel yet. They watch my videos. I got over 80,000 people that viewed my videos. 80,000 ever since I first started to now. But I should be breaking at least 20,000 subs out of the 80. I'm still trying to figure with all the videos I made why everybody hasn't subbed to me yet. But I got 500. I'm happy with whatever I get, and it's much love to everybody for that. I do thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I do thank you guys. Because it takes, I guess it's going to take a lot of hard work, which I'm not as scared of. Look, I've spent 35 long years working and managing in hospitality and restaurants and everything else. I've spent just as long building PCs. I spent just as long doing a lot of things. So, but this is my second year to this channel. And if you guys wonder about Circuit Crafters, that channel was actually started. If you go and look at the time, it was started back 12 years ago. It was started as a different channel. My friend started it, and I was given the channel. He released it to me today, or not today, back a little while ago. And I transformed it, and I made it into a gaming channel. So I think that channel is like 12 or 13 years old. And I know it doesn't have many subs on it. But if you guys like the sub on it, I would appreciate it. Really do. So, let's see. Might need to change thumbnail and start clickbaiting. I don't know, pseudoscientist. I put back a long time ago, and I'll be honest with you, I put back a long time ago, I'm not doing clickbait. I want people to come to this channel to look at my thumbnails, to so much to match what kind of video that I'm having, without doing any clickbaiting. I want to see if it's possible. So, I'm definitely having my students subscribe to you for a bonus point. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I really do. So, scientist says, having a giant blood dripping nightmare might not be conveying to the right message. Well, at least those videos are getting more views than the ones that I don't make like that. Graphics card nightmares have gotten more views than any of the other videos that I've made, other than me making the video about Intel that got over 2,000 views. I only have 3 videos that got over 1,000 views. I got the one that when I made the Christmas build, that Mustang case, the K2, that got over 5,000 views. So I do got a couple videos that got over 1,000 views. I just need more views. That's what I need. So I'll come in after reading your titles and rename them and see if you like them. Okay. Well, the thing about naming my titles, what I've been doing for the last 2 months. You know who's been naming my titles? ChatGPT. So you might have a fight with ChatGPT. I had to do it that way because, nobody was watching my videos and I was like, what the hell? What am I going to do? So I took a gamble for the last 2 months and I've used ChatGPT to rename my videos and even make the thumbnails. If you guys haven't noticed that. Did that as a test. That's all it was. Oh, I forgot the previous message. If you make all the change I suggest you will grow. I'll fight the bot. Pseudoscientist, you say you'll fight the bot. Okay, well, let's see who wins. Straight up. Either it's man or the bot. One's got to win. Either way. I guess it is. It looks like it's going to be a fight to see which one comes up with the best. I guess. Hey, if you want, pseudoscientist, if you got my Discord, right? If you're on my Discord, and let me put this out there, if you guys aren't on my Discord and you want to be a part of what's going on Discord, I'll take and put you guys a link. I'm working on it right now. I'm working on a link for you. So this way, I forgot to do that. My bad. I forgot to do the invites. Let's see. No limits. Generate link. Copy. Okay. And we'll Control V. If you're not on Discord and you ain't got the link, there's the link. We'll hook you up with the Discord and get you in there. Simple said and done. I'll Discord this winter. Okay, that's fine. Look, there's no big hurries, my friend. We can collaborate together when you got the time. You know, if you want to help out like that, I mean, I got no problem with it. You know, we'll work on it. You know, I got no problem with it. So, pull the plug, man wins. That's funny. Oh my goodness. But like I said, if you guys want to be a part of Discord, I left the link right there. It's going to last about 30 days, the link. The reason why is because I'm not paying for the subscription for Discord. That's the reason why. You know, you have to look at it. I'm on a set budget that I like right now. I can only, you know, take care of my rent and everything else, you know, but you guys understand times are tight right now. So, but anyway, I just want to say, guys, thank you once again for getting me over 500 subscribers. Now after this, now I can work on going to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. I have to work on the fact of, I guess, putting together what YouTube needs for this to work. They probably want you to be over 500 subscribers for a certain amount of time. They probably got a 30-day window on that, or 60 days or something like that, before I can actually get a partial monetization. You know, this is what I want. This is what I wanted to do. You know, doesn't mean that, you know, when you guys text in the chat that you're going to have to pay for the chat. I've seen other channels do this, and that's wrong. That's wrong. I am not, and I'm going to tell you guys, I am not going to do that to you. I'm not going to have you pay to type the chat. I'm not going to do that. Now, what I see other channels do, that's just, if people want to, because you know YouTube is not going to pay me anything until after we get past 1,000 subscribers. So even if you put money into the kitty, I'm not going to see it until after 1,000 subscribers. So it's not going to be worth the time to, you know, to put all that up there and have YouTube pocket the money. Screw that. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not how it's going to work. So we just keep working until we get a certain spot, and, you know, simple as that. I know, guys, it seems like I'm babbling on. I know it kind of seems like I'm babbling on, but I'm just thinking ahead, and, you know, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for today. And I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. And I do appreciate it. And thank you for, you know, subscribing to the channel, GG. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the community. And we'll just keep making videos and keep plugging along and keep it going. So I want you all to have a fine day. I'm going to jump out of here like I told you. And don't forget, Saturday of next week, 5 p.m. right here, we'll have something cooking. So we're always going to have something cooking on this channel because there's always something going on. So group hug. Yep. Group hug. Group hug. So. You're welcome, GG. You're welcome. But anyway, you all have a fine day. And don't forget, next week, I'm going to have a little quiz for you next week. So bring your notepad and we're going to have a little bit of fun next week. So can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you to bring your notepad. So that's about as spoiler alert as that's going to get. We'll work on telling you the rest when next week comes around. So, all right, everybody, you have a great day. And don't forget, if you watching this video for the first time, subscribe, put a like on this video, live video that is, and all the videos. Put a positive like on it. And don't forget to turn your notification bell on so you know when I post the next video. So until the next time in the next video, we will see you on the next one.